Welcome to the Men's Lounge. I'm Frederick Douglass Southern, aka Sir Frederick, spiritual counselor and life coach. And my co-host is,
Chris Wilson, aka Coach Chris, entrepreneur.
and today we have our guests, Rita Jarvis and Andrew. And thanks so much for being here, you two. The reason why we asked you to be here is because we have a video we want to share with you and just get your honest, raw opinion. I've seen it a couple of times. I think Coach Chris has seen it more than I have. And we both have difference of opinions on this thing. And I said, well, the best thing to do is to have a panel and let them share what they see and all that. So that being said, I want to share the screen.
Taylor first tattoo photo shoot at
That's it.
my family was very upset. I get a lot of backlash. People say I'm raising him as a gangster, thug. They not used to seeing a baby with tattoos. And for the people that judge me, I don't care because this is a lifestyle that we enjoy. Dance machines. Ooh, 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 ooh. What you want to wear? This is trailing, but most people know him as Nugget World 561. He's a celebrity on TikTok. He made it to 1.5 million followers, and so we appreciate that.
First thing, I just have to say, 150 pairs of sneakers he gonna grow out of in a month is crazy. Like that's ridiculous. He's 1 year old. He's gonna grow out of those sneakers when he's two. Like that's what? Why would you? I don't know. That's crazy.
Right. That's same for his outfits as well. What are your thoughts, Rita?
Well, I'm a lot older than I look.
You say
And
what?
I'm a lot older than I look, and I'm real conservative. And I feel just pain for this child because the mother or the parents are so ignorant. It's just ridiculous. And she made the comment, he loves tattoos. You torture this child. And literally it's torture to give a tattoo. I mean, I'm very sensitive, and you're talking about a needle and ink. You're destroying this child's skin. Probably he's going to grow up. As he grows, it's going to stretch. The tattoos aren't going to be the same, but you're literally putting him through pain unless they give him weed or something to knock him out when they do it. And I don't doubt that they might. The mentality that they have, this child has been just damaged already. And she's saying what he wants. He doesn't know what the heck he wants. He's barely a year old. And there should be a law. Actually, it probably is a law against what she's doing, but I don't know where they live. Maybe they live somewhere in the dirty South where nobody cares, but if they
Florida.
were around here, I would call DCFS and send them over there and say, go take the child away from these fools. Like I
They're
said,
from,
that's
they're
all.
from, they're from Florida. They're in
What, Broward maybe?
no, they're in Florida. Put it that way. It's a
Well, all what you're saying, Rita, is true. I did some research and it was these washable tattoos. So they're not permanent. They're not permanent or anything like that because
So then they lying and perpetrating on top of that.
I was saying
she actually said it. No, she actually said it. It's just that you probably didn't hear it very well, but she did say
They were fake tats. Yeah,
yeah,
Oh no, I missed it then. I didn't hear that.
that's all right, but
yeah.
you had a great response to it from what I'm hearing right now because that's what it's all about, speak your mind, and then we can clarify just like we're doing. Maybe that'll change how you want to view it, but you did the right thing.
I don't feel any different.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, even if it's fake tattoos, what tattoos represent, especially full body tattoos, that what that represents is completely different as opposed to like a little kid getting a Spider-Man tattoo on their shoulder. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
you're 5 years old, you get a little Spider-Man tattoo on your shoulder. Cool, you know what I mean? You're not getting a full body tattoo at one. That's completely different. I would get an air tattoo when I go to Soak City as a kid, get a little dragon on my shoulder. I'm like 5 years old running around, as a kid, but not like something like that. That's ridiculous.
Okay, but at 5, you were cognizant of this.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
I'm
we
like,
could have
oh, I
got him.
like the drag.
You could have
Yeah.
got in a Jack in the Box tattoo and put
Mhm.
it on your hand, and you could show it off at school. This
Exactly.
kid has no awareness of what is going on. You
Mhm.
know, he's just what he can pick up, you know, subconsciously is the behavior. He's going to learn the behavior that's attached to it, right?
That's
And
what
I
she's looking
honestly
for.
think these people are doing it for their own self gain.
Yeah.
She said it herself, how many, I guess,
Followers.
likes and followers.
Mhm.
They're doing this to see how much they can. Number one, they obviously need some kind of recognition, and that speaks to this his psyche. We didn't see the guy, but her need for recognition and not being able to get it on her own with her get up, right? She's using the child, I guess, living as
Exploiting the child.
yes, or as we said, living vicariously through the child. And how long is she going to do this? So as soon as the fad wears off, right, or they've made enough money, they'll switch it to something else. So basically, the child is just being used. It's
Well,
sad for the child.
let me let me add something to what you just said, because exploiting the child, I agree with that. But what's the difference from a soccer mom exploiting that kid, a basketball mom, a baseball mom? Since I'm a coach, I'm talking from that term, so maybe you can understand what I'm saying. They're
So
exploiting their kid as well. She's doing the same thing to get a gain. They're doing the same thing to get a gain. What's the problem?
I tell you the problem. He's one. That's the
I was
biggest
about to say
problem.
that. Yeah.
He's
I was
one. He has
Mhm.
no knowledge, no understanding, no input. Look, I have a 7-year-old grandson, and my son is hell bent on I need to take him out and play ball because he doesn't want him doing girly stuff. You know, and I bring him over to my house and I take out the finger paints and I sit him to the piano, teach him how to play the piano. And I allow him to express himself and let him speak to me and say, Granny, I don't want to do this, or I don't like this, or this is hard, or this is, whereas my son is adamant that the child's gonna do what he says do because of the way he sees the world. You
Yeah,
see.
but I hear what you're saying about that with the age, but those ages and those things I just mentioned, the soccer mom, these moms who do ballet with their children, and then they force them into these things that they have a love for, and they're driving it down their throat because they see the potential of them, getting through this stuff later on in life.
I don't
She's
agree with that either.
experienced something. She's experiencing something right now. She's getting a gain out of it right now. So she's
Well,
getting immediate
here's-
gratification.
she's getting a
But
gain
the
out of
bottom
it.
Yeah.
line is
And
she's supporting her child. She's making sure the child has clothes. She's making sure the child is fed. She's doing everything for her child. Where's the problem? I don't see a problem with this. I
So the
think that
problem is,
she's
what could she be doing with
just
that
like
money?
anybody
That
else.
what
I
else
see
could
that
she?
she's
The
doing
money
exactly
that
like
she
anybody.
took, the money that she took to buy 150 pair of shoes, as Andrew said, that the child could never wear. Could she have not put that in the fund for his future?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but see,
that's
she's a fashion person. She's deal with fashion. So every time she got to go somewhere, she don't want to duplicate what he's wearing. So
But
she,
what's she gonna do with the previous pair? Is she gonna sell it and put it in the fund for him for later?
well, that's something I have to look
Okay.
into. I hear what you're saying with that, but the bottom line is she's into fashion, and she's pushing her son into this stuff, and she's using him, exploiting him, like Frederick said, in a manner to where it benefits her. But her son is also benefiting because she's bringing it back home.
Maybe we don't know that.
Well,
well,
with all those clothes, he's definitely benefiting.
well, I mean, he doesn't.
He
First
needs a
of all,
diaper and a T-shirt. That's what he
that's
needs.
it. That's it, and a pair of shoes. I like
That's
what
the way.
Rita said.
My son got quiet because I wouldn't raise him like that.
Yeah, I was gonna
And
say like I kind of thought of my baby pictures and I'm like I wouldn't, you know what I mean? Like I can't imagine like anything like that ever. And like I'm thinking of my baby pictures, me growing up, looking at them like as like a 5, 6 year old kid. If I saw my baby pictures and I was dressed as like a gangster with dreads and tats, I would want to get dreads and tats at 5, 6 years old. Looking at my baby pictures, I'd be like, why don't I have any tattoos for real? You know, like I have tattoos in my baby pictures, but I don't have tattoos in real life. What's going on? At 5, 6 years old, when you see that, it's like this looks cool. I want to dress like that right now.